gals, and welcome to Binge Free Bestie, the podcast where we ditch diets, break free from binge eating, and build a safe and empowered relationship with our bodies. I'm your host, Nick Galbedia. I'm a registered therapist and I totally get it. You see, binge eating woes and body image struggles are something I've been quite familiar with. Been there, done that, and guess what? I found my way to food freedom, and now I'm going to help you to do the same. This potty is going to be your go-to for real, evidence-based strategies from my therapy practice and from my own lived experience. So whether you're tired of that diet cycle, you're ready to ditch this shame spiral, or you just want to feel more confident in your own skin, then this is going to be the place for you. It's time to get real about food freedom, body acceptance, self-care, and building a life you truly love. Ready? Let's get into this, besties. Hey guys, welcome back to Binge Free Bestie. Today we're going to dive into a topic I know that so many of you can relate to, and that is why diets are keeping you stuck. But more importantly, I'm going to chat you through how to start breaking free from that cycle. So if you've ever thought, this next diet is going to be the last one, but then later on you find yourself in that same binge-restrict cycle, then this episode is going to be for you. And trust me, I've been there too. I get it. And I want you to know that there is a way out. I managed to get out of that bullshit, and so can you. So let's talk about it. Why do diets keep you stuck? Number one is that diets fuel the binge-restrict cycle. So when you diet, you're often restricting, right? So whether that's your calories, your carbs, certain foods, or even entire food groups. And this restriction really sets your body up to feel deprived. And what happens when you feel deprived? You start screaming for food. So cue those cravings, the obsession with forbidden naughty foods, and eventually in comes a binge. Then you're feeling guilty and you promise to do better, which just leads you back to another damn diet. And so it's this vicious cycle, and I want you to know it's not your fault, it is the nature of dieting. So number two, diets create physical and mental restriction. Okay, so what the heck is physical restriction? This one's kind of easier to understand. It's just that you're literally not eating enough. Obviously, you're trying to calorie restrict. Your body is hungry, it's underfed. Okay, that's physical restriction. Mental restriction is all those food rules that you're carrying around, like when you're constantly telling yourself that certain foods are bad or off limits, even though maybe you are eating enough calories. The mental part is actually just as damaging as the physical part because it puts foods on a pedestal and it makes you crave them even more. So think about how often you want something simply because you know that you can't have it. It's naughty on this diet, okay? The third is diets damage your relationship with food and your body. So diets really make you distrust your body. They teach you to ignore your hunger cues, they micromanage what you eat, and they tie your worth to the scale. Over time, this really erodes your self-confidence and makes food feel like the goddamn enemy. But here's the truth, guys. The problem is not you. Again, the problem is the diet. It's been designed to fail so that you keep coming back for more. The diet industry is worth $70 billion for a reason. It's banking on you failing. Okay, so now let's start to have a chat about how to break free from diets. We've talked on why diets don't work and how they're harmful. At least we've touched on this. And I definitely dive heaps deeper into the psychology behind dieting and the physiology behind why it doesn't work too in my online courses. But I'm just giving you a little taster today. And that being said, before we dive into any more strategies, I just want to say that what I'm about to share is a wee taster of what I teach in my course, Break Up with Binge Eating. In the program, I personally coach you and the other gals in the community too through something called my Food Freedom Method. We dive really deep into these strategies and tools and the psyche education to help you to stop binge eating and to finally ditch diets for good. It's not an easy thing to do, but it's certainly doable. So today I'm going to give you a few quick strategies, and I'm going to kind of also give you a bit of a feel for my approach and the kind of work that you need to start doing to free yourself from dieting and binge eating. Because I hate to break it to you, but it does take work. It's not easy, it's not a quick fix, but it's definitely doable. So let's be real. There's going to be resistance to change. There's going to be moments of doubt along the way. But again, you can break up with binge eating. You can stop this. I have, so many of my clients have. So please don't feel like you're going to be the exception to the rule, because I love you, but you're not that special. You're only human, and if other humans can do it, then so can you. Okay, so let's talk a wee bit about strategies that I know work. First is you need to start nourishing your body regularly. So the first step to breaking free is to eat enough and to eat regularly. And when you're feeding your body consistently throughout the day, your really intense cravings and binge urges will naturally start to fade. I promise. So I want you to try this. This is a wee action point. I want you to plan 3 meals and 2 snacks for tomorrow. And I want you to make sure that they include carbs, protein, fat, and soul food, something yum. Nourishment isn't just about food, it is about satisfaction, and that means giving yourself food that feels good in your heart and your soul, stuff that you love, okay? Remember, we are ditching dieting and food freedom. We don't want to turn it into another diet by being too restrictive or perfectionistic. So just put that in the back of your mind. How can I create 3 meals and 2 snacks for tomorrow that, fuel my body, but also I love and I enjoy, okay? The next tip is to stop labeling foods as good or bad. So food doesn't have morality. That's a human thing. It's not good, it's not bad, it's not naughty, and it's not clean. It's just food. So when you stop labeling it, you take away its power, you take food off the pedestal, and you stop overcomplicating it. So a great way to start is to give yourself permission to eat a food that you've been restricting. Is there something? Is it a food group, a brand, something like that you feel is like super naughty? I want you to let yourself start eating that. I'm not saying like go mad, go crazy, overload yourself, but I'm saying take it off the pedestal or take it out of the naughty corner and start to habituate yourself to that thing. Let yourself enjoy it without guilt and pay attention to how it feels in your body. Okay? And this is going to be my last strategy for today, is I want you to get curious and not judgmental. So when you feel the urge to binge or overeat or emotionally eat, however you want to call it, I want you to pause and ask yourself 2 things. What am I actually hungry for? Am I physically hungry? Or could this just be emotional hunger? Like, is there an unmet emotional need happening here? If it's emotional hunger, that's totally fine. But what else could help other than food? Maybe you need to have good sleep. Maybe you need to have a chat with a mate. Maybe you need to have a good damn cry. Okay? So the key is to meet your body and your mind's needs without any judgment. And if you join Break Up with Binge Eating, my course, I've got things like journal prompts and reflective guides to really help you to nail this and to understand when you might physically just be needing to eat and when it might actually be an emotional need that is driving the binge. Okay? Bonus tip. I'm going to give you a bonus tip actually. Let's practice self-compassion. So breaking free from dieting is not about perfection, and it's actually going to be real hard to do it perfectly at the start anyway. It's about progress. So if you're unlearning years of diet culture and you're really learning how to trust yourself around food, that's going to take time. So just please be kind to yourself along the way, all right? And remember, slip-ups are not a failure. They're just opportunities to learn and grow. If you binge or if you get back on the diet, you're not a failure. It's not your fault. Like I said, it's the nature of dieting. It's also nature of this culture around us that glorifies certain body ideals and tells us, we need to fit into that mold. We need to fit whatever is the trending, body type at the time. So it's okay if you feel that pressure. I feel that pressure too. And I've got all of these strategies up my sleeve. I've got all this stuff that I know works, but it doesn't mean that I don't have wobbly days. I have wobbly days, guys. I really, really do. And my commitment to you guys is I'm going to start being a little bit more open and vulnerable with that as well, just to normalize it and to break some of that stigma. And off the side of that, I want to say too that a lot of this struggle with like dieting and trying to lose weight and feeling that pressure to conform and binge eating is it's always partnered up with things like guilt, shame, and isolation. So I can almost guarantee you that you're keeping a lot of this stuff to yourself and you're keeping the depth of the struggle to yourself. And I want to be really raw and real with you because it helps to break that stigma and break that isolation. So, even though I've recovered from binge eating disorder and body dysmorphia, I still have wobbly days too. You know why? Because I'm still scrolling on socials and seeing all that bullshit, and I'm still getting targeted by the same ads. And even I still have the binge voice or the diet voice that whispers in my ear sometimes and tells me, maybe you should not eat that, or these pants are getting pretty tight. You know what that means? It's still there, but I just have to use my strategies and be more conscious when it's piping up a bit louder. I have to be more conscious to use my tools, because that's what I'm asking you guys to do, right? Is to use your tools and commit to your personal development and growth. And it's a lifetime of that. There's no finish line. Sorry. There's no finish line. So I just want to wrap up what we're chatting about today by saying that if you feel you're stuck in a diet cycle, here's the top takeaways that I want you to focus on, okay? The first one is to stop restricting. Start nourishing your body with really regular, satisfying meals. If you join my program, I will teach you how to create those satisfying meals. Number 2 is to challenge your food rules and to stop labeling foods as good or bad. And the last one is to start getting curious about your hunger and your emotions instead of judging yourself when you're drawn to food. You can absolutely do this. This work is challenging, I admit, but it's totally transformative and it's worth it. Hey besties, that is a wrap for this episode. If you're feeling fired up and you're ready to dive a little deeper, then let's chat about how you can keep that momentum going. First, you can find me on all your fave socials at Binge Free Bestie. You're going to get lots of daily inspo there, more strategies, and a healthy dose of body positivity. Then, if you want to start your food freedom journey, then you're going to need to grab my totally free guide, The Overeater's Fix. That is easy to find in my show notes. And finally, if this episode has inspired you to take the first step in healing your relationship with food and you're ready to break up with binge eating, then my online course is exactly where you need to be. It's a powerful blend of coaching with me, Nick, and a supportive Binge Free Bestie community, engaging discussion forums, transformative learning modules, and a mindfulness library that's packed with strategies to help you ditch dieting and embrace lasting food freedom. Next round is starting really soon, so if you don't want to miss out on that, then join the waitlist. Link is in the show notes.